guys, I was doing Bible study with a sister in Christ, and I think her phone died, so I said, let me get on live. Okay. Um. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know he said all that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I don't even know where I want to start. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I was in a book. And is anybody on here? So it's talking about he lost hope. But what made him give up what he called Jacob and blessed him, charged him, and said to him, you will not take a wife from their daughters. I think it was Genesis 24, if I recall correctly, that I was reading. Okay, yes. No, it's Genesis 25. Hey, I am still up. I've been in the Bible, like, I've been skipping everywhere. But anyways, so let's read Genesis 25, because I know I talk about it a lot, right? Now, in Genesis 25, I'm going to start where his mama, okay? His mama had said, verse 12. Now, this is the genealogy, which is important, but we're not going to get into, okay. These, okay. That says that, okay, were the years of the life of Ishmael 130. This is genealogy of Isaac, Abraham. Blah, blah, blah. Now, Isaac pleaded with the Lord. Sister Laban. Okay, I'm going to do 25:21. Now, Isaac pleaded with the Lord for his wife. Okay, Isaac's wife, Abraham's son Isaac, Sarah, and Abraham's son Isaac. Because it's a lot of genealogy and I don't want anybody to be confused. And it says, okay, now Isaac pleaded with the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord granted his plea. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. Oh, it's fun, so funny, Rebekah. But the children struggled together within her, and she said, if all is well, why am I like this? So she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said to her, two nations are in your womb. Two people shall be separated from your body. One shall be stronger than the other, and the other shall serve the younger. And the older shall serve the younger. So God is telling him now, the older one will serve the younger one, okay? So when her days were fulfilled for her to give birth, indeed there were twins in her womb, and the first one came out red. So this is the first one. So it says the older shall serve the younger one, all right? He was like a hairy garment all over, so they called his name Esau. Afterward, his brother came out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. So his name was called Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. Oh my goodness. This whole family seemed to have a generational curse of, boring children very old. You know what I mean? Wives being barren. All right, anyways. So it says, and Esau, okay, so the boys grew, and Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a mild man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Oh, dang, that's messed up. Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his game. Oh, so he was big. Okay. He was, raw, right? Okay. But Rebekah loved Jacob. So it says Esau sells his birthright. All right. Now Jacob cooked a stew, and Esau came in from the field, and he was weary. And Esau said to Jacob, please feed me with that same red stew, for I am weary. Therefore his name was called Edom. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So, but Jacob said, okay, therefore his name was called Edom, okay? But Jacob said, sell me your birthright as of this day. And Esau said, look, I'm about to die. So what is my birthright to me? So when they say he been in the field, I don't know if he's like a soldier or something. What did it mean to be in the field back in the day? Okay, that's what I want to know. What does it mean to be in the field? And they talking about he was big and stuff like that. Like, I feel like the scripture may be saying like he was fighting out there or something. Like, either that or tending the field. He was a huffed, puffed, buff dude. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, this whole time I thought that he sold his birthright for some food or whatever. But it's more so like he was falling weary, and the food kind of helped him kind of be like, okay, let me just go ahead and get rid of it. He didn't really want it. And I say that because I read further, right? And it says, okay, so Esau said, look, I'm about to die. And I was like, why did he think he was finna die? Because he was born red and hairy. I think he may have had hirsutism, which is it's a overproduction of hair. Okay. So it says, okay, look, I'm about to die. So what is the birthright to me? Then Jacob said, swear to me as of this day. So he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. And Jacob gave Esau bread and stew of lentils. And then he ate and drank, arose and went his way. And Esau despised his birthright. So Esau really didn't want his birthright from the beginning. It didn't really matter about no food. Like, he just despised his birthright. So I was reading down, and he was just saying, like, he was getting worried. He wouldn't believe in, you know what I mean? He was over his birthright. I clear in Hebrews. Maybe he was a farmer. He was something. You know what I mean? He was something. All right. I think that his whole image was kind of like had him over it. But, oh yeah, because this one, what is this? Genesis 27, verse 30. It says, now it happened as soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob has secretly gone. But the title of it, you know how the Bible has title? It says Esau lost hope. Whatever he did, he lost hope. But this is where I was just like, this is real ghetto. So I kind of got mad at God for how ghetto this part of the Bible was, okay, the other night. Because when I say, where's my thing at? I had put it back because I wasn't even planning on writing tonight when I read. But I want to say I've been in the Bible for I don't know how long. I had my homegirl in the Bible with me for like an hour already. I know she's probably like, girl, I got my kids. Let me go. Anyways, so I started tallying, and you can see I wrote, this is ghetto. Why? Anyway, so I started tallying the kids and all that. So we gon' let's get into it. Boom. So it says, Jacob meets Rachel. So Jacob went on his journey and came to the land of the people of the east. And he looked and saw a well in the field. And behold, there were 3 flocks of sheep lying by it, for out of what they that well they watered of the flocks. A large stone was on the wall, the well's mouth. Now all the flocks will be gathered there, and they will roll the stone from the well's mouth, water the sheep, and put stone back in its place on the well's mouth. And Jacob said to them, my brethren, where are you from? And they said, we are from Haran. Then he said to them, do you know Laban, the son of Nahah? And they said, we know him. So he said to them, is he well? And they said, he is well. And look, his daughter Rachel is coming with the sheep. Now, mind you, wasn't the mama named Rachel too? No, it's Rebecca. Boom. Never mind. Let me shut up. And then he said, was it? Go back. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep notes. Anyways, I ain't going to go that. I'll look later. Okay. And he is well. And look, okay, Rachel is coming with the sheep. Then he said, look, it is still high. It is still high day. It is not time for the cattle to be gathered together. Water the sheep and go and feed them. But they said, we cannot until all the flocks are gathered together, and they have rolled the stone from the well's mouth. And then we water the sheep. I want you to get out of my room and go in your room. And I don't know what the problem of you just staying in here. Like, why do you keep doing that? Go in your room and go night-night. I've been telling you to go to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Go night-night. For real. Okay, boom. So it says, you know how to do everything. And then I get on camera, and then you act like you don't know how to do nothing. Then when I'm not on camera and I'll be trying to play with you, you be like, move, don't kiss me, don't do this, don't do that. So just leave me alone. Thank you. All right. Now, while he was still speaking with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for he was a shepherdess. Okay. And it came to pass when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, and his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban and his mother's brother. This is so ghetto. Okay, already the wording got me messed up. That Jacob went near and rolled the stone from the well's mouth and watered the flock. And Laban and his mother's brothers, when Jacob kissed Rachel. Now, why are you kissing this woman of God? Anyways, and lifted up his voice and wept. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's relative, and that he was Rebekah's son. So she ran and told her father when it came to pass. Now, mind you, his people had money, honey. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like these wasn't no broke generation. But anyways, Then so she ran. She said, "Oh, I can't believe this rich man that kissed me." Anyway, when it came to pass, when Laban heard the report about Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him, embraced him, and kissed him. And everybody kissed and brought him to his house. So he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, "Surely you are my bone and my flesh." And he stayed with him for a month. See, some people just want you around because what you could do. Anyways, and it says, then Laban said to Jacob, because you are my relative, should you therefore serve me for nothing? Tell me, what should your wages be? Now Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah's eyes were delicate, but Rachel was beautiful. Her eyes was cute, but Rachel was beautiful, of form and appearance. So, of form and appearance. She was beautiful somewhere, just not, I guess, in the other 2. Okay, so then it says, and Laban said, it is better that I give her to you than that I should give her to another man. Stay with me. So Jacob served 7 years for Rachel. And they seemed to only be a few days to him. He had to be high out of his mind for 7 years to be a few days because of the love he had for her. Okay, so he loved her so much that it felt like a couple days. When you in love, man, that thing will do some stuff to you. All right. So he served 7 years for Rachel. All right, let's keep going. So it says, let me just sit up while I do this. Then Jacob said to Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled. He said on the last day, he called it, that I may go in her. He ready to have some sex. Okay, boom. And Laban gathered together for all of the men of the place and made a feast. That means got straight to the business. Now it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to Jacob. Which one did he want? He definitely wanted Rachel, but okay. And brought her to Jacob. And he went into her. And Laban gave his maid Zipporah to his daughter Leah, okay, as a maid. So Laban was like, I'm gonna give you a maid, so you ain't gotta clean up much. You know what I mean? You just have your husband. You focus on your husband, make your husband happy. You got your maid. So it came to pass in the morning that behold, it was Leah. Oh man! And he said to Laban, what is this you have done to me? Was it not for Rachel that I serve you? Why then have you played in my face? He said deceive me, but I'm gonna say played in my face. Okay. And then you see I start counting 1 baby, 2 baby, 3 baby, 4, 6, 5, and all that. Anyways, so Laban said, it must not be done so in our country to give you the younger before the firstborn. He started playing dumb. Okay. Fulfill her week, which is okay. So to fulfill the week is when you get married, you got 7 days that y'all are supposed to spend together. Like you supposed to, the whole wedding is like a full 7 days. Anyways. And it says, and we will give you this one also for the service which you will serve. I already served you 7 years. You will serve with me still another 7 years. Like you trying to be funny, but whatever. Jacob said it only for 7 years, only felt like a couple days. This is how you know men don't really care about like, you know, cobwebs getting around your eggs and stuff. They're like, man, it ain't nothing. I got time. Anyways, so it says, then Jacob did so and fulfilled her week. Oh, Lord. So she gave him his daughter, Rachel. Okay. Rachel as a wife also. So you telling me that your sister was okay with being an op? She knew that you wanted this man. Why? How do we know this? Because right after they kissed, she ran home and she told her daddy. So really, it's really giving your daddy was a hater. Your daddy, like Rachel daddy wasn't feeling her like that. And the sister was definitely jealous. Like, come on now. Make it make sense. Why was she okay with just going and sleeping with this man? Anyways, all right. So boom. And Laban gave, and not only that, like, I'm pretty sure they were virgins. So you was okay with losing your virginity to this man. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on now. And Laban gave his maid Bahala to his daughter Rachel as a maid. So, okay, she got a maid too. Both sisters is married with maid. So he got 4 women in the house. Okay, noted. This says, so says, then Jacob also went into Rachel, and he also loved Rachel more than Leah. I mean, while he was working 7 years to get Rachel, of course he grew to love Leah. If he would have had, you know, not that long, 7 years to wait, I'm pretty sure love would have never even developed. Anyways, and it says, and he served with Laban still another 7 years. And then a lot of people probably thinking like, why didn't he divorce her? He was so worried about getting to Rachel. He divorced, working and getting the one he wanted was on his mind, not divorcing the other one. Anyway, so he served with Laban and still another 7 years. I could just throw up. I can't believe this. Okay. When the Lord saw that Leah was unloved, I mean, whip-de-doo. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. He opened her womb. I said, Lord, this is when I start getting mad at God. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, you're messy, okay? But Rachel was barren. So the Lord saw that Leah was unloved. God is a God of love. Okay, so I get you, Lord. But still, I cannot. So he opened her womb. But Rachel was barren. Rachel is the one that literally can't have no kids. She barren right now. Right now, she needs a womb opening. Okay, anyways. So Leah conceived and bore a son. This one I start tallying. I said, this is ghetto. So this is the one that he didn't even want. Leah, we won in. Boom, let's keep going. Then she conceived again and bore a son. Again? You said again? What? So let's run it back. So Leah conceived and bore a son. She called his name Reuben, for she said, the Lord has surely looked upon my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me. Honey, when did this husband become yours? He didn't even work for you. Okay, moving forward. Then she conceived again and bore a son. I said, oh my goodness. We got this. Leah is 2 and Rachel is 0. I started losing. I was getting mad. Okay, boom. Because the Lord had heard I am unloved. He has therefore given me this son. Okay. He called his name Simeon. She conceived again. Okay. Now at this point, rip off your eyelashes and rip out your hair, because why is she 3 and 0? So I'm really feeling some type of way as I'm reading it. Now this time my husband will be attached to me. And you see, I put the number 4. Okay. Cause I wasn't sure. I was trying to tell you. Therefore his name will be called Levi. Okay. And she conceived again. I could not believe this. I'm telling you, I started telling the Lord, I'm so mad. I'm so mad at you. And said, now I will praise the Lord. Therefore, she called his name Judah. Then she stopped bearing. I said, thank God, about cotton picking time. So now then Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children. Now she feeling stupid. Like, man, I'm barren. I ain't got nothing for this man. I ain't got nothing. Come on, Rachel envied her sister. Now envy empty. Now this is what the Lord don't like. He don't like that one. He don't like that one at all. Okay, because the devil envied him. So he's like, this is getting kind of personal. And it says, and she said to Jacob, give me children or else I die. I cannot. She had already plucked her eyelashes and ripped her hair out. She said, I'm going to die at this point. And I feel her. And Jacob anger aroused against Rachel. He said, am I in the place of God? He's like, be mad at me. I mean, at God, not me, honey. Who was withheld from you the fruit of your womb? I did not knit your ovaries together. You get what I'm saying? Talk to Jesus, not me. So she said, here is my maid Balala, right? So Rachel has a maid Balala, right? So then she said, go into her and she will bear a child for my knees, on my knees. She will bear a child on my knees. That I also may have children by her. So this is the original surrogate right here. Okay. Then she gave him Balala as her maid as her wife, because we can't just be out here having sex without marriage. So how about you have a third wife? So now Jacob got Rachel, Leah, and Balala, right? However you say her name. And Jacob went into her. This man ain't got no shame. And Balala conceived and bore Jacob a son. Oh my goodness. So this man got how many kids right now? I think 5 kids or something. I wrote 6 right there. About 5 kids right now, 3 wives. Rachel said, God has judged my case, and he has also heard my voice and given me a son. Therefore, she called his name Dan. And Rachel's maid Balala conceived again. So your maid just having sex with your okay, anyways, because I was really feeling like some type of way. So now we got Balala. We got Balala at 2. Rachel got, I think she's 6 and she's already out. She said she done having kids. Boom. So then, she conceived and gave Jacob a second child. Then Rachel said, with great wrestlings, I wrestled with my sister. And indeed, I have prevailed. Because she already like, I'm 6, you 6 and 2 right now. So she called his name Napali or whatever, right? So Rachel's doing all this. She being petty. Now she got 2 kids up through Balala. Then Leah saw that she had stopped bearing. She took Zephlah, her maid, and gave her to Jacob as a wife. Now Jacob, 4 women in. Oh my goodness. this is when I started really, really getting mad. Like, okay, Lord, this is ghetto. And I was really feeling some type of way because Rachel is losing. She's losing the petty games. Okay, so I'm like, she originally was, but then you have to think about it. Like, Jacob did tell his brother to give his birthright. And this might have been what Esau was going to have to deal with. We don't know, right? So, boom. So Jacob now got his fourth wife. And Leah's maid, Zilpah, bore Jacob a son. Now we got Zilpah on the game board for one. Okay. Then Leah said, a troop comes. Girl, y'all is really having babies and not even being like, thank you, Lord, for these babies. But like, I went up. I went up. You know what I mean? Okay, so she called his name Gad, and Leah's maid Zilpah bore a second one. Okay. So now Leah's back on the leaderboard because she's 8 kids in, and Rachel and Belilah are at 2. Leah, Zilpah are at 6, 7, 8, 8. Rachel, Belilah, 2. Oh my goodness, they're still losing. All right. Then Leah said, I am happy, for the daughters will call me blessed. So she called his name Asher. Now, Reuben went in the days. Now, Reuben is so messy. Reuben is Leah's son. Peep how messy this is. Reuben went in the days of the wheat and harvest and found mandrakes. Mandrakes are known to be believed in ancient Near East to have magical powers, okay? So he in the field and he found a little demonic stuff and then brought them to his mother, Leah. I was like, okay, what Leah gonna do? You want to be on the leaderboard? What? You already winning. Then Rachel said to Leah, this is when I just like, I don't think I like her anymore. Please give me some of your son's mandrakes. Please give me some of your son's witchcraft that he found in the field. Okay, so I was like, okay, I can see why the Lord wasn't blessing her at this point. You about ready to dig in divination to get a little, stay up on the leaderboard, and you done really lost. But she said to her, is it a small matter that you have taken away my husband? Okay, so you see where the turmoil was. So now the one that wasn't even supposed to be picked, Leah, is saying, you already took my husband anyways, because he never wanted me, because you're the beautiful one. He worked for you for 14 years, not me. You know what I'm saying? Would you take away my son Mandrakes also, since you're in competition? Mind you, it's kind of like, sis, you was on the low competing with me when you ran and you was like, yeah, let me hurry up and be in the dark and marry your husband before you get a chance to. And they was probably hoping that he would give up. And he still worked the 7 years for her. You know what I'm saying? So they was really going head to head, And your daddy was in on it from the moment, because you literally got your first kiss from him and you ran and told your daddy. Your daddy from there sounded like he started plotting and he started working with your older sister to get her the man and not you. So it'd be your own family. Anyways, when Jacob came out of the field in the evening, Leah went out to meet him and said, you must come in to me, for I have surely hired you with my son's mandrakes. And he laid with her that night. Okay, so now both of y'all seem like y'all doing something. Y'all ready to do. Y'all are so deep into this beef that y'all ready to do divination on Jacob to get some more kids. The mandrakes is specifically to have magical powers, and I think it had to do with fertility. Okay, and then God listened to Leah, and that is when I was ready to rip. I was getting so mad. Okay, this was gonna get ripped. Look, hey, now we got some problems, Lord, because why is you listening to Leah when he wanted Rachel? And she conceived and bore Jacob a 5th son. 5th son. Leah said, God has given me my wages because I have given my maid to my husband. That ain't why. I don't know why God is giving both of y'all kids, because you both has had a line. So she called his name Issachar. And I just knew she was a black mama when she did that. Because why? Okay. Then Leah conceived again. I'm telling you, every time it said Leah conceived, I started getting mad. Bore Jacob a 6th son. And Leah said, God has endowed me. Don't put God in this. Do not put God in this petty beef. That's what I wanted to tell her. Okay. God has endowed me with a good endowment for my husband. Wasn't you just done having babies over there? Like a chapter ago, a couple verses ago, you was done. Now you back in the game. Come at me again. You get what I'm saying? Boom. Now my husband will dwell with me because I have borne him 6 sons. Did Jacob ever say, I didn't see nothing where he said he wanted kids. He wanted the woman. He just wanted him some Rachel. He never wanted the kids. From my understanding, he just busting because he got 4 wives that clearly want to keep laying with him. Boom. So she called his name Zerubbabel. Tell me this woman wasn't black. This is some ghetto black on a corner Kool-Aid house, hot pickles type stuff. Okay. Afterwards, she bore a daughter. She called her Dinah. Dinah, I'm watching you. Then God remembered Rachel. Oh, so you tell me he forgot about her. Because that's what it looked like with all these kids popping out. We got Leah 6, Belilah 2, and Zilpah 2. Oh, goodness gracious, let's keep going. And God listened to her and opened her womb. About cotton picking time. And she conceived and bore a son and said, God has taken away my reproach. So she called his name Joseph. The Lord shall add to me another son. I could just throw all the way up. I don't even know what number Dinah is because it was just too much ratchetivity going on over here. Then after that, it said, and it came to pass. God was like, all right, I'm done stressing you out with all the ratchet stuff. And it came to pass when Rachel had born Joseph, and Jacob said, so they said, long story short, this is where Joseph came in. And Joseph's whole family was haters too. Okay? Jacob said to Laban, send me away that I might go on my own pace to my own country. Give me my wives and children for whom I have served you, and let them go, for you know my service which I have done. Like, I could just throw up. And maybe if you'd have just let Esau have his little ratchet birthright, because it's really giving Esau had a ratchet birthright. Jacob, being a little two-timing little fool, decided to take his birthright and give him some stew. And now you got 4 baby mamas. Well, I'm going to say wives. 4 wives, 11-something kids. You get what I'm saying? Like, the shenanigans. Look, you tried to be sideways and you attracted sideways people. You reaped exactly what you sowed. Was sidewardness. First, your father-in-law sideways, everybody sideways. And I just said, like, what do y'all think? I don't even think they was in the house. They was in the field. They was in the field. And that's why his brother Esau came from the field. He was supposed to just be a tent person. You get what I'm saying? They was stressing me out. They was stressing me out. This was too ghetto. And I was like, is this the same Joseph that got lied on? Is this the same? Like, is it that Joseph? Because, you know, there's Judas Iscariot and then there's another Judas of whatever, right? So I said, is this the same Joseph that his brothers acted like chopped him, like, you know, act like he was, like, is this that Joseph? Because your whole family was janky from the jump. From in the womb, that was janky. So that's why I said the genealogy, I didn't want to skip through it because I would have been sitting in there for I don't know how long breaking it down because I'd be literally going in. And once I realized the genealogy was like this deep, I said, oh, we can't skip over that no more. Because then I found out, what was it? It was, they weren't descendants in Matthew. In Matthew, it starts off with genealogy. Anyways, y'all, I think the Bible should have a show. No, for real. They with them dots on you. Like, man, David. Well, this is the thing. Okay. So, Jacob and Esau came from Abraham, and Abraham, because it was Isaac, right? Isaac, his father, Isaac is their daddy. It's Jacob and Abraham's. But Isaac is Abraham's son. And even like Sarah, I think Sarah really opened up her entire bloodline to her generational curse when she had her maid sleep with Abraham. So Sarah had Abraham sleep with Hagar, and they bore 2 children together. And then God gave him a word. He said, leave your father's town and go to a foreign country. And I'm going to make your name great. So then him and Sarah left. Because remember, he had said, oh, just say that you my sister to the king. And then she had did that. And then the king had a dream like he was about to, like, God was finna tear him something down. Like, this is somebody's wife. So go put her back. And then boom. But yeah, so then Abraham and Sarah had Isaac, which was the promised child. So Isaac, this is his little ratchet family now. Abraham and Sarah. That's why I said they came from money. Because if your daddy was Abraham, you got money. I mean, just us falling under the Abraham covenant, we get We get, yeah, Hagar was done too shiesty. Hagar was an obedient, like I just feel like Hagar did not get the love she was supposed to give. But the Bible, I will say the Bible do not put everything in there. Because if you look at Jonah, Jonah is 4 chapters and he was full-blown adult in all his shenanigans. Okay, he had money, clearly he was wasting it, getting on the boat, going the opposite way, stuff like that. So like I know that God puts in specific things that will speak and that will be impactful for us, but I just want to know what happened to my homegirl Hagar. Like I really want to, clock into heaven, but hey girl, what's going on? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to you, sister. Hagar, she was not too wrong. The minds of having kids. Why are you avoiding my question, not being disrespectful? I actually did not see anything you said, but that response, it doesn't matter what you say next. I'm not responding to it because it's just nasty. It's just nasty, and I can't. I think it's NIV or version or something. I got one similar. Yeah, I don't know. Honey, people are human and they get distracted. So I'm booting y'all off real fast. Be kind. But yeah, so I just was like, man, this is just too ghetto. This was just too ghetto. I could not. I'm telling you, I was really feeling some type of way. I think I went to bed mad at the Lord, like, because why? Because why? What was the problem? And then I saw later down the line, God had gave Jacob a promise. I'm like, you giving this man a promise like he didn't steal his brother's birthright. Like I feel like he really preyed on his weaknesses. I understand. He said like, do not grow weary in well doing, but Esau got worried. He was kind of over it. I only read King James Version. Excuse me. I feel like I barely speak English, so let alone that would Arthur saith. I cannot do all that. I feel like yes, I was born English, but I feel like it's really like a second language. I cannot. I needed full-blown English, like make it make sense. I do read other versions. I do compare and contrast, but for the most part, I'm going to stay to my NKJV, my NIV. You get what I'm saying? My CS, like you get what I'm saying? I can't do all the other stuff. All that, I would thought, all that. Thank you for the gift. Okay, I'm getting gifts. I love you too. Can we do Cain and Abel? Baby, listen, I can't Google when I'm on the phone. Where's Cain and Abel? They was just as trifling too. They was just as trifling. I don't want this to be super long though. Do we care if it's super? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Immediately ghetto. Genesis 4 verse 1. Cain murders Abel. Oh, I could just throw up. Kill him. Okay, so it says now Adam. Okay, now Adam, you already know some BS when it's now. Look, what happened? What happened? Now Adam knew Eve, his wife. Now to know they was getting intimate. They was getting intimate. Okay. All right. And she conceived and bore Cain. Notice how it's always the firstborns that's on some. She said, I have acquired a man from the Lord. Your husband was a man from the Lord before you told him to eat of the tree. And then after that, he was not accountable no more, Eve. That's when he starts saying, well, the woman you gave me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then she bore again and his brother Abel. Okay. And this time his brother Abel. Now Abel was, a keeper of the sheep. But Cain was a tiller of the ground. Why you put but? You get what I'm saying? Like when the Bible be wording stuff like that. Now Abel was a keeper of the sheep, but instead of saying, and Cain was a tiller of the ground. What? You already telling me that but he got something to do with Florida. Okay, and in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of fruit of the ground to the Lord. Okay. Abel also brought the firstborn of his flock and their fat. See, this is the thing. You know how the Bible talked about don't eat of this one tree, right? And there was a pastor that was talking about this could have been the 10%, like, don't touch this. So the main thing was he didn't bring the first fruits. Like, you know how when you first get your paycheck, you're supposed to immediately take out the 10%, set it aside for the Lord, or, immediately sow it, right? So basically, Cain brought an offering of fruit of the ground whenever he felt like it. It didn't say it was his first fruit or nothing. Abel also brought the firstborn of his flock immediately, right? He was tithing correctly. And it said, and the Lord respected Abel and his offering. And this is another thing too. After sin was entered in the world and all the fall and stuff like that, God had a specific way that he was atoning for stuff. So it's kind of like Abel was speaking the Lord's love language. He said, okay, I have an offering for you. I know you like the little sacrifice blood thing going on. Let me bring you this, Lord. And it's just like the other gift it wasn't thoughtful. Like, are you not paying attention to my love language? Like words of affirmation, physical touch, gift giving. Like, are you really, you know what I mean? Like, my favorite drink is Sprite, not Kool-Aid. Okay, so it says, but he did not respect Cain and his offering. God said, I just don't respect it. I don't respect your offering. It wasn't thought out. It wasn't demure. And Cain was very angry and his countenance fell. So you gonna just switch up because I tell you one time you don't like something. That's like you dating somebody and you just tell them that you dislike something so they didn't start crashing out. So you can't just take my heart no. You can't respect my boundary of this is what I prefer. You're going to keep bringing me Sprite or you're going to keep bringing me Kool-Aid instead of, you know what I'm saying? So you just going to cop a whole attitude and not be adult. Okay, boom. So the Lord said to Cain, why are you angry? And why has your countenance fallen? Like, I'm inquiring. I care. I care why you have attitude. If you do well, will you not be accepted? God is saying, I want you to come up higher, baby. And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door. God is like, I'm trying to push you to do better. I don't want you to be basic like that. No, but he's basically like, do better, bro. And its desire is for you, but you shall rule over it. Okay. God is saying, you got this in the bag, man. Now, Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel and his brother and killed him. Now, this, I was talking about people misplacing anger, right? So it said that he was asking Cain, why are you angry? And you see, there was no response given. Like, Cain had nothing to say to the Lord. You ever be so angry at somebody that you don't even want to talk, that you shut down? Like, he was that mad at the Lord to where he didn't even respond to him. Not only that, he let it fester. So I feel some type of way because God didn't accept my offering. So now I'm going to kill you, period. That's where I'm at with it. I'm that mad. Okay, so boom. They went in the field. Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, where is Abel, your brother? He said, I do not know. Baby, listen, if you lie to anybody, baby, if you lie to anybody, don't let it be the Lord. Just don't even respond. You're better off not saying nothing. See how he didn't say nothing before? And God didn't come for him or anything. He just let him, he said, I'm gonna let you breathe. This man lied. Okay, boom. I did not know. Am I my brother's keeper? Oh, so you got a smart mouth too. Okay, all right. He said, and he said, what have you done? The voice, the voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. His blood is snitching on you. His blood is snitching. He killed me. He hit me with it. You know, his blood is literally attesting to it all. God said the rocks will cry out if we don't speak. So if the rocks will cry out, you know the blood will, baby. God, he speaks every language. Sign language, he bilingual, he speak hood and bougie, he speak everything. Okay, ground, rock, he speaks sky. He even told the water to open up. He told the fish to spit out Jonah. Like, come on now, he knows all the languages. Clock it. And he said, boom. So we already read that part. He cried, his blood cries out to me from the ground. So now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hands. Look, the earth, he's like, man, the earth is everybody, the ground, the rocks, everything is snitching on you right now. The whole earth is snitching on. So when you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. He's saying, like, it doesn't matter how much planting you do, the ground, baby, you ain't getting no crops. You better find a whole nother job. You better find a whole nother job to tend to. You better all pitching tents from now on because the field is not going to give. It says, a fugitive and a vagabond, you shall be on the earth. You a fugitive. You know, back then when they were fugitives, basically, if somebody did something to my brother or something back in the day, okay, we have the right to go kill them. We have the right to go kill them, right? So basically, like, your family now has the green light on you. Like, okay, you're a fugitive and you're a vagabond. And I forgot the word for vagabond, what that means, but just bear with me. Boom. And it says, and Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is greater than I could bear. No, baby, no. Not only did you kill him and not tell the truth, you lied in my face and you was a smart aleck. Oh yeah, this is exactly what you're going to get. Surely you have driven me out this day from the face of the ground. So I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond on earth. And it will happen that anyone who finds me will kill me. You damn skippy, yeah. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, why is it like that? To where, like, people don't realize God's grace and mercy is to keep him alive. Like, he's looking at God's grace. I could literally kill you right now. I can literally say, ground open up and swallow him. But I'm not doing that. I'm just letting you know, you better run. You better be good at running. You better work hard to get some food, or you're going to starve. You're not going to be able to plant nothing and it be successful. I'm literally telling you the thing. So you're going to have to, you better work hard enough to be able to buy your stuff from somewhere else. And if you see a person, I'm telling you now, if you see somebody, run. Because they're going to know. You marked for death, baby. They're going to have the right to kill you. And they're not going to be in trouble for it. Yes. God said I put a hit out on you. Okay? That's what I did. Yeah. So, moving forward, now he'll be crying. No. Okay? That's grace and mercy. Because he should have struck you down right then and there. Dead. That's why I said I can't be God. Dead, 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 dead. Oh, you left the comment dead. Oh, you up dead. Okay, so it says, and the Lord said to him, therefore, whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark on Cain, lest anyone finding him should kill him. Okay? Dang, that's cold. So God literally, okay, boom. This is so cold. So the Lord said to him, therefore, whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. God is like, I want him to live the rest of his life just fearful and paranoid. Don't even kill him. But I'm telling you, I'm going to mark you to kill. Like, y'all get it? Like, spiritually, you're going to see him and you're going to, like, without even knowing the full spiel of the story. Like, when God marks you, he don't got to give them the rundown. They're going to see in the spirit that you shouldn't be living. You get what I'm saying? But he also don't even want nobody to kill you because he wants you to suffer. Yeah, dang. That's deep. That's deep. You got to really catch that in the spirit. And he set a mark on Cain, lest anyone finding him should kill him. Boom. Then Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. Notice how every time somebody was wrong in the Bible, they went to the east. Like, I don't even want to travel to the east side. You know what I mean? And Cain knew his wife. He has a mark to be killed. Anyways, all right. This is why we need the summary. And she conceived and bore Enoch. Oh, they conceived a real one. You got to respect that, though. They conceived the realest one. Enoch is the only man in the Bible that did not die. And he knew all the Lord's business to where he just got raptured. Tell me faith ain't faith. That's why a lot of people be like, well, we not going to get raptured until. My faith is not the same as your faith. If God decided to suck me up like he did like Enoch, then so be it. If I went missing, just know I was not kidnapped. I did not die. You know what I'm saying? I went straight to the Lord. God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. So, therefore, Jessica Rose McKinley believes I can be raptured up like Enoch. Thank you. Check, please. You know what I'm saying? You know? Clock it. So, boom. Yes, he had mercy to keep Cain alive, but waited for him to say sorry for me. Exactly, because you're going to say sorry. Anyways, I can't believe this. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's get into it. Because, girl, did you not see that man was marked in the spirit for death? Where was your spiritual eyeballs? Where were your spiritual binoculars? This man is cursed. He had curse on his forehead. It literally said he was marked. What made you want to get giddy with him? Like, let's get naked. Like, no, ma'am. Anyway, so they had Enoch, the realist. Okay, one of the realists. Was born in Irad, in the middle of nowhere. Y'all made that name up because he couldn't go nowhere else. He begot Machal. He begot, and basically I was running. He begot this. He begot that. He begot that. Methuselah. Tell me these is not, these people are colored. These people are colored. He begot Lamech, okay. Especially Rashak, Meshach, and Abednego. Like, bro. Then Lamech took for himself 2 wives. They said, enough of him. And the name of one was Ada, and the name of the second was Zillah, and Ada bore Jeba, and he was the father of those who dwelt in the tents and have livestock. This is just ghetto. His brother name was Jeba, and you got to have a certain type of critical think on when you reading this, because the names itself will have you like... Okay, excuse me. He was the father of those who dwelt in the tents and have livestock. Okay, his brother's name was Jamal. And he was the father of all those who play in the harps and the flute. Okay, he was a rapper back in the day. Okay, and as for Zillah, she also bore Tubal Cain and the instructor of every craftsman in bronze. Okay, LeBron James. Okay, and the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said to his wives, why do all of y'all have more than one wife? I just cannot. I wouldn't even want more than one husband. Allah and Zillah, hear my voice. Wives of Lamech. So you talking to both of them at the same time. Listen to my speech. For I have killed a man for wounding me. How did this man wound you? What did he do to wound you? You killed him for, where's the wound? Let me see the scar. Even a young man for hurting me. So you killed somebody for wounding you, and you killed a young man for, okay. If Cain shall be avenged, sevenfold, then Lamech 77fold. Verse 25. A new son. And Adam knew his wife again. Adam, you still alive having sex? Okay. And she bore a son named Seth. Now, y'all, I don't like the name Seth. I'm going to tell y'all right now. They got the Jesus Ouija board. And somebody said, I was playing it, and I was reading the reviews on Amazon. And Amazon, you out of line for even selling this. But anyways, we're going to talk about them later. And he said his name was Seth. So Seth is basically a demon, and the demon changed his name. I think it was Baal, Baal. That demon Baal changed his name to Seth. So it's like, hi, my name is Jessica. I mean Jess. I mean Mama. I mean Prophet. I mean Teacher. I mean, I mean nail artist. I mean makeup artist. I mean, this is what the demons do. They get to changing their name. Oh, call me Jay. Don't call me Jessica. I mean, call me Jay. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, Seth, bro. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, so Seth. Name the son Seth, for God has appointed another seed for me instead of Abel. Oh, definitely. Okay, who Cain killed. Sorry, sensitive topic. Okay, as for Seth, to him also. You see, when God said and also and but, he just stresses me out because I just know some shenanigans followed up with this. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that. Anyways, sorry. The son was born, and he named him Enosh. Enosh, Methuselah. Okay. Then men began to call on the name of the Lord. So it took Enosh for men to actually call on the name of the Lord. Now, mind you, all this other time, people talking to God directly, like, yeah, so the Lord, it wasn't a whole bunch of shenanigans like how it is nowadays. Like, oh my goodness. The family of Adam. Adam, okay, come on, Ratchet, family of Adam. This is a book of genealogy. I just want to throw the book right now of Adam. And the day that God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. Oh, this ghetto likeness. Okay. He created them male and female. Okay. And that was the only two genders, right? Okay. And he blessed them and called them mankind. Well, these people aren't kind. Okay. And the day they were created, and Adam lived 130 years. My goodness gracious. I don't even know if I'll be able to last 90 because people get on my nerves. And begot his son in his own likeness after his image. And named him Seth. After he begot Seth, the days of Adam were 800 years. Goodness gracious. And he had sons and daughters. So all the way that Adam lived were 900. And you know what? We're not going to skip past it. The days were 800 years. And he had sons and daughters. Okay? Because you was still having sex at 800. Anyway, so all the days that, I don't want to hear nobody that's older talking about, when you get 60, you ain't going to have no drive. They had lots of drive. The drive they had. And they drove far and wide. Okay, anyway, so all the days that Adam lived were 930. I don't know when he stopped having sex. And then he died. So Seth lived 105 years and begot Enosh. So you tell me he was 105 and then he got her pregnant with Enosh? Because you say he lived 100. I'm just checking with you, Lord. Seth lived 105 years and then begot Enosh. After he begot Enosh, Seth lived 807 years. So, we're not tripping. We're reading this, right? So he was how old? Still doing nasty. All right. So then after all that, 807 years, he had sons and daughters. So all the days of Seth were 912, and then he died. And I know he didn't die horny because he lived a very long time. Enosh lived 90 years and begot Canaan. So you was 90. After he begot Canaan, Enosh lived 800. Oh my goodness, these people were so old. So when you say, Lord, I'm 40. I'm not having no more kids. Lord, I'm 50. Let's go back to 5 verse 9 of Genesis. Genesis 5 verse 9. Enosh lived 90 years and begot Canaan. And, after he begot Canaan, he lived 815 years. And he had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enosh were 905. and then he died. Canaan lived 70. I'm telling you, the sex drive was from God. Because I don't know, we couldn't do that. Canaan lived 70 years and begot Mahalalel. Mahallalel. That name. Boom. After he begot Mahalalel, Canaan lived 840 years. At the youngest right now, I got 70 for busting one, okay? And then he had sons and daughters all the way to Canaan were 910. Then he died. Mahalalel lived 65 years old and begot Jared. Now we got 65. There's that's crazy. After he begot Jared, Mahalalel lived 830 cotton picking years. Oh my goodness. And just imagine just going through spiritual warfare for 800 something years. Okay, I'm 20 something. I'm over it. You understand? He had sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel were 895. I could just throw up. Almost 1,000 years old. Because I don't know. If I have $890, I'm going to say I got about $1,000 to my name. And then he died. Jared lived 162 years and begot Enoch. Oh my goodness. I mean, honestly, if the seed makes it at 162 years, you're bound to make a giant. Like, come on. Enoch was a real one. Like, come on. Jared lived 800 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared were 962. Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. And Methuselah, that man was like, I shall live and not die. Like, what? Honestly, I kind of feel like Enoch would have still outlived him if he did not get sucked up, raptured up, because he was just so beautiful in the sight of the Lord. He was so locked in and so loyal. But anyways, Methuselah, after he begot Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years, and he has sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years old. But it did not say, and then he died. Notice that. Clock that. Because I know they took out the book of Enoch. So all the people that's wondering why the book of Enoch is not in the Bible, there was a thing called basically majority rule. So say they got 14 teachers of the law or of the Bible. Law in the Bible is a mixture. And they said, okay, so I want to say 8 people rule that it should be taken out. 6 people rule it should stay in. They go with the majority 8. Okay, so you know why it got taken out. It wasn't because it was false stuff. Just majority rule. Okay, and they removed it. Boom. Okay, so boom. Methuselah lived 782 years old. He had sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years old, and he died. Clock it. Lamech lived 182 years old, and he had a son. Now, why are we talking about he had a son? What about his? That's it. That's it. No daughters, because those say he has sons and daughters, and he called his name Noah. Come on, Noah. Come on, Noah. This one will comfort us concerning our work and the 12 of our hands. I mean, Noah tried to comfort. He had to allow people to die, though. I'm just saying. Okay, because of the ground which the Lord has cursed, after he begot Noah, Lamech lived 595 years old and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech were 700. Oh, my goodness. Because, hold on. So he started having more kids when he was 595 years old. Okay, we're not even going to try to figure this out tonight. This is too much for the brain, right? So all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And we already know them ones were trifling. We already know Noah's kids were trifling, okay? Okay. So I encourage for people, when y'all read the Bible, to put a little character in it, because it's way more interesting. Way more, like, it clocks. But that was just too ghetto. Like, okay, I know that was a lot of genealogy, but to me, that was very fun. Like, it was very fun. Okay. That was just, wasn't feeling. I mean, that would have been a nice time to invent condoms with all that going on. Goodness gracious. I don't want to hear anything about marriage being a requirement. I'm pretty sure if we go read the rest of the genealogy, there was marriage up in there. Because we just went over, what's his name, having to take up wives just to bear children. Woo! That was ghetto. What y'all think? Tap in. Then it says, now it came to pass. I'm telling you, anytime you see now it came to pass or something like that, just know the Bible finna, it's gonna follow up with some shenanigans. I'll be like, this be real certified BS right after he said it. Anyways, okay, beef and ale. I appreciate that. All right. Okay. So I started learning the language of God. And when you see but, I'm like, oh, come on now, Lord. You know, when you see an and, it's like, okay, I could do an and possibly. But when you see but, it's like, oh my goodness. And then especially when you start when you open a chapter or a verse and it says now, it's like, oh, what now? What now, Lord? What now? Just tell me what now. What is it? What is it? Okay. So, anyways, I'm telling you, just flip through this mug. Somebody had requested this. I don't even know if are you still on here? Don't be telling me to read Cain and Abel and you done left. Let me go see who that was. Talking about let's read Cain and Abel. Everything without a thought, I don't even know the song. What was Adam eating? Probably some Jesus, my Lord Jesus. No, we still here, I think. I don't think we should have said that. We never said. I don't think we should have said that. We never said. This baby, you just be trying to thug it because I'm up. I've been told you to go to bed. What's up? I did her hair. Is so cute.
I be doing that. I got.
You be doing what?
Yeah.
What?
I got bye-bye.
Girl, we is not going bye-bye at 1:47 in the morning.
Sorry.
I used to actually do that. Then I was like, girl, we live in the hood. Like, realistically, let's stop doing that. Let's be safe. But yeah, that was Abel. Wait, what happened? No, I still here. Second 7-7. So 7-7. 7-7. See, he left. That's just out of line. Had me wasting my breath. The man is gone. She's trying to take after her mama and thug it. No, I'm a retired gangster. I'm a woman of God. I'm a wag, a woman of God. And wait, doesn't that mean wives and girlfriends? I don't want to be in that. I don't want. Don't even put me in girlfriend category. I could just throw up. I don't want to be that. She's trying to take her mama. Anyways, Elijah is a leap here. All right. I'm finna go. I'm gonna take care of my baby. I like spending time with y'all. If y'all didn't already like, share, and subscribe, I'm gonna try to do Bible study more often. But my Bible study is clearly not like organized. I want to say like, you know what I mean? Like some people like so serious and stuff like that. Like my Bible study is like really ghetto because I try to think about what they were possibly wearing and doing, and if they were walking, pacing when they were talking and stuff like. I think I go really technical into it, but yeah. Jessica, you know when Jesus Christ was on the cross, he looked up and said, Father, forgive me for they not know what they did. And he explained to me, and Jesus, Father, and the Bible talks about Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So until people can grasp the idea that there's a triune God, meaning the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, that question is not ever going to make sense to them. I can explain it all I want. You're just not going to get it though. Yeah. I had so much fun. I did too. So I would encourage you to go look up what a triune God means. And out of all the gods that there are in the world, there's only one triune. And that's the one that I serve. Look into that. And then come back, and then I will answer that question, and it will make sense to you. Come back, nails. We need a prophetic nail session. I don't know. Ain't no numbers. Ain't no numbers the devil. Because he didn't make numbers. God made numbers. Just how like people talk about angel numbers. Angel numbers ain't God, and angels didn't make numbers. God does Strong's Concordance numbers. I'm the Father. I'm sorry. Okay, goodbye. Next time. Anyways, bye y'all. Love you.